Howdy, welcome back to Papercraft Possibilities. This is Susan, and if you're new, welcome to. First of all, if you hear any background noises, my husband's at the door talking to someone, so we'll just ignore that and pretend it's not there. Today I'm on my second to last page of my book of my road trip with my daughter in 2002. And this was a really special stop we made. Both she and I like to cook, or I should say I used to like to cook. I don't cook a whole lot anymore. And we went to the Culinary Art Institute in Napa. Now I understand the Culinary Art Institute, and they call it the CIA, has since moved to the downtown area of San Francisco. So don't hold me to it, but that's what I had heard. But I love Napa, absolutely love it there. So this was a really fun time. Here we went into a class that we took, and they were showing us how to make fresh mozzarella. I'll hold these up closer. This is my sweet, sweet daughter, Alexis, and she has a webpage called Stitched by Alexis. She's a phenomenal quilter and has her services of long arm quilting, and you'll find her on Instagram. There's my beautiful daughter again, overlooking the vineyards there at the CIA. Oh my gosh, that place is just incredible. And here is the historical building where the classes and the dorms and things were. So it's really fun to go in there and have the students cook for you. Love it. So we're going to record those pictures today and have a little bit of fun. We're going to be doing some stamping, some coloring. So let me run you through the intro and we'll get started. Welcome back. I've pulled out my stamp positioner here. Every craft room should have this if you're a paper crafter. And I'm going to use two different stamp sets. And again, I wish I could help you guys out with where these have come from, but I've had them in my stash for quite a while. And we're going to pull some stamps off of here. I know many of you haven't used a stamp positioner before, so I thought I should go through this process with you. And we're going to pull off the ones that I want. And this is a stand mixer. And so the bumpy side we're going to put down. That's the side that will stamp, and we're just going to put it right where we want it on the paper. I don't think I want any others on here. No. Put that aside for a minute. And you can tell I've been working with this, and anytime I have an extra stamp that I'm not going to use, I put it on the back here. And then you also notice on my stamps, every time I use one, I will put the date that I've used it. So I know at the end of the year, once a year, I'll come through and do kind of an inventory. If I haven't used that stamp basically in over a year, I'm going to be donating it or selling it just to have it move on to someone else that might get more use out of it than me. So obviously I've enjoyed this one quite a bit. And let's see, I just love this apron. This apron, when I look at it, reminds me of I Love Lucy when she used to wear her aprons. I don't know why. Okay, so the rough side down, and there is this mitten, this hot mitten, pot holder type thing. That'll go down, and then I have a chef's hat. And you want to leave a little bit of room around your stamps when you're laying them down. And these have all been used before, but if not, I would be coming in and doing something like this to get all the processing material kind of off of them. It's like a dust. And if you do take the time to prime them like that, you're going to get a much better stamp. Okay, so they're on there. They're with the bumpy sides down. And I know I'm going to be coloring these. So I'm going to turn my lid over, and it's going to pick up on my stamps. And they're here then. And what this will allow you to do when you're stamping, especially when you're doing an intricate stamp, it'll allow you to go back and do more stamping. In other words, you could stamp over it again and you don't have to worry about it lining up. I'm going to use intense black ink. And the reason why you want to use an ink like this is because you can color with it and you don't take the chance of the ink smearing. Okay, so I'm gonna come in, ink this up as best I can. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll put my hand underneath here and then push down, and it seems to work really well without, because sometimes this bows because of the way it lays down. There's a difference between the height of this and this. So I come in and put my hand underneath it, and we're going to turn it over, and you just kind of put some pressure, but not a whole lot. When you're working with words, you probably don't want to put much pressure at all down. Okay, you'll come back up. Now, sometimes when you have a newer stamp, sometimes it'll pick up your paper. That's why we have this magnet down here, and the magnets do come with them. But you want to keep this kind of in the same place every time you stamp, so your stamp will get right in the same spot again. So I do see that it's back down to where it was originally. And we're going to stamp. I'm kind of looking over here to my picture on the right and seeing where it needed a little bit more ink to stamp. And it looks like the middle of the apron needed some more ink. So we'll try and concentrate on those areas. Kind of rubbing this down here. Let me see. I think that works great. So we'll put this ink away. I'm going to wipe these down. Just using a baby wipe here. And then I make sure to wipe down the cover if any ink has gotten on there also. And if you forget about some ink that's on your cover, you know, and you put this away and you come back to it, just take some rubbing alcohol and it should take it off. Okay, I'm gonna leave these stamps on here until we are done with this video, and I'll come back to them. So the next thing I'll do is I want to color these, and I'm just going to show you a little bit about this. I'm coming in with Tri-Blend colors from Noir. I believe it's Noir. Yeah, Spectrum Noir. And I'm using the colors Coral Shades and Vintage Blue. And what is interesting about these pens, if you've never been shown them before, is you'll notice that there's light. Let me see if I can hold this up. Getting a glare. It says here, light, medium, and then dark. So you have 3 different pens. So it's nice for shading. So what I think I'll do is I'm just going to show you on the mitten how I color. Everyone does it a little bit differently. I will come in and color with the lightest tone first. Hopefully I can keep my hand out of the photo here, out of the video. This is going to dry back a little bit lighter too. Then when I have a larger piece of artwork that I'm coloring, I will use the midtones too. And I come up where I want the shadowing at, and I kind of do some flicking. Okay, then I'm going to come in with a dark tone. And I'm coming where all the shadowing would be, and I'm coming right up to the edge. And again, doing some flicking motion. You don't want a real even line. And then I'm going to come back in with the lightest tone and go over where that line, kind of where all that line is, and blend it some more. So you don't see any sharp edges, hopefully. That's the goal. Fill in some of these places where I've missed. And these die cuts do not have, or these stamps, pardon me, do not have any die cuts with them. So this is what we call fussy cutting. Not that part. So what I would do then is come in here, and just for a more professional look, you want to, first of all, it helps to use a very short and sharp tipped scissor to do this. And you usually want to leave a very minor white border on your fussy cutting. It also covers up a lot of errors, and it will make it look a little bit more professional. So say that, you know, your margins aren't the same on all sides, then that kind of covers up a lot of where your cutting may not have been, you know, the same on all edges. And I would have to say that I'm not the best at fussy cutting, but I have learned the more you do it, the better you get. I guess just like anything in life, just keep trying, right? Okay, so there you go. That is a fussy cut stamp. So there is that. So we've gone through that, and I wanted to also show you on the hat that I'm doing, I've used the color Vintage Blue on the chef's hat. And this is how I keep my real important pens right next to my desk. I do have some other pens over on the wall, but these are the ones I tend to use the most. I will be getting more of these tri-blend markers. I really do love them. And these are my sparkle pens. So, and there's many more of those coming. Those are on sale with Close to My Heart, and they're like a steal. I think they're like $2 each right now. So it's kind of ridiculous not to have them. So I've ordered a lot of those. Those are on their way. So put that away. Let's go back over to what I'm going to do with the pictures. This is going to be a one-page spread. And this is a piece of paper from the Let's Party collection. And I think, let's see, which way do I want them coming? Okay, so I'm going to put that right in here so we have a little bit of a black border. Let me get my Versamats out. Then I can tell you some measurements. So I'm just working with the black paper here again, the black cardstock. So this particular piece is about 3 3/4 and then by 12. Then I have some candy apple. That's this cardstock here. And this is about 3/4 of an inch by 12. And I believe I want that right there. And this is the zip strip or the branding strip that went onto one of the pieces of paper in this collection, the Let's Party collection. And I'm going to bring this in and place it in the center there. So that will be that. Let me grab my pictures. I do think I'm going to come in and matte these either in black or red. So I want to do that before I glue them down. Let's see. Okay, there's that. I think I want that up in there. Actually, let me put that there. Pardon me, I'm grabbing some die cuts that I'd made over here on the side. So here is the apron all done that I had stamped. Here, let's see, pardon me, I'm grabbing something again, this mitten. I think I want to put this over in here. I might overlap them. And then I have a little chef's hat here. think I'll put that there. And here we have our stand mixer, and I might come in like that. And I think we'll see how that goes. I may want to pop this up on some dimensional dots. So let me get everything glued down, and then I'll come back and talk through this portion of it. I'll be right back. So we are at the point where we are going to take care of some of this ephemera. So I am looking for my reverse tweezers. Goodness knows I have enough pairs of these. I think I have 3 or 4 pair on my desk, because when you get going and you're in the midst of creating here, all your stuff kind of gets thrown to the side of your desk and things get covered up really quickly. Okay, so I think I want this right about in here. And then I want to come over here. Let's see. I think I want my clear glitter pen, which is the Wink Estella. And I'll grab one of my little scraps here. And what I want to do is just kind of use squeezies to get a little bit out. And I want to come over this apron and make it sparkly. And I'm just coming in on the red portions, not the sides. And in the close-up pictures, you'll be able to see this better at the end of the video. And I'll also, before I end the video, I'll hold this up so you can see it closer up. We'll get these little pockets in here too. Just kind of want something to pop off the page when someone were looking through the my album. And then what I'm going to do is the apron and the chef's hat that I'm going to put down on here, I will put them up on some 3-dimensional dots. Okay. You know what, I'm going to do these ties too. They look kind of funny, not done when all the other red is done. And then the, excuse me, I'll keep my pen out here this week, Estella, and I will do it also on the pot holder. So let me get some of my squares out. See what I can do. Let me check this out. I think I want to try and reposition this a little. Again, it's never going to be perfect, but I can try. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different to our stand mixer there. Let me find what I'm looking for over here. We're going to come in with some glossy accents here. I'll list all this below for you, and I do appreciate it when you use those affiliate links. It helps me out a great deal when I'm trying to bring you all the new and spiffy stuff. So let's go ahead and put some more of our 3D foam dots on these. Anytime you add dimension to the page, it adds a great deal to the interest because of the shadows it creates. So when I get an opportunity and I'm creating and, you know, the page is looking a little flat, I'll definitely use my foam dots to bring this up and, you know, do some layering on the page. Okay. So I'm going to get my tweezers here again. And I think I want to come over on the picture just a little there. And then what I want to do with my glossy accents, and I'm going to turn this towards me in just a little here, is straighten it out for y'all. I'm going to come over the bowl here, and I'm going to, you just very carefully squeeze this on here. And this will take probably a half hour to dry. But I'm hoping that when you look at this, then it's going to look like the glass, the bowl here is actually made out of glass, like the real ones. Okay, I think I have enough on there, but what I want to do is, let me grab a pen. I don't know if any of you have ever iced sugar cookies, but sometimes when you need to move around the icing, you kind of do this, and this is the same thing with the glossy accents. And if you see any bubbles, you want to do this. And as it dries, it will settle down just to one level and it won't be all bumpy. So hopefully y'all can see that. I guess I should stop playing around because I'm going to make a mess here. Okay, so let me take this off and I'll give you a close-up version of this. So here we have the apron with the Wink of Stella on it, and we've raised up the pot holder and my little chef's hat, and the pictures of my daughter in class and the chef that was instructing us. And here you can kind of see the glossy dots, or the glossy accents, excuse me. Again, that's going to level out as it dries, and a couple of our other pictures. So again, I will publish some still shots that are close up at the end of this, and you get better image quality and you can really see things that way. But if you have any questions, please do leave them below. And I look forward to talking to you all in the comments. It's kind of a highlight of my day. Leave any questions, comments. I welcome them all. I am good with constructive criticism too. So until next time, everyone, bye-bye.